Namaste. There are descriptions of Gadadhar Pandit in the Chaitanya Charitamrita and other Vaishnava texts. He is described as the personification of the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna, Srimati Radharani, in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gadadhar appeared 1 year after Nimai. From his early childhood, Gadadhar was very serene, patient, calm, quiet, fond of solitude, and very renounced. Nimai Pandit, during the time of his precocious youth, would ask his fellow students meaningless questions in logic. Gadadhar, however, was not especially fond of this pastime, and therefore he sometimes used to remain at some distance from Nimai. Nimai established a school, a tolla, in Nadavweep, where he gained fame as a young, learned scholar teaching Sanskrit, grammar, and logic. As time went on, though, Nimai went to Gaya and took Harinam initiation from Ishvara Puri, a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Nimai said, "My Guru Maharaj told me that because I am foolish and unintelligent, I am not qualified to study Vedanta. He said that instead I should always chant Hare Krishna." Back in Navadweep, Srivas came up to Gadadhar beaming with joy. Gadadhar asked, "What makes you so happy?" Srivas replied, "Nimai has returned from Gaya just yesterday. It is unbelievable that the cheeky boy has changed so completely. He is constantly shedding tears and he cries piteously, 'Krishna, Krishna.'" Srivas Pandit continued, "He has called us to congregate at the house of Shriklambar Brahmachari. Perhaps he will share the reasons of his pain and suffering with us." Gadadhar instinctively exclaimed, "Even though I am not invited, I will also go. I want to know the reason behind the incredible change in Nimai." So he went, but hid himself, as he hadn't been invited to the secret congregation in Shriklambar's courtyard. The beautiful, golden and effulgent Nimai stood in the middle of the courtyard, and with his large lotus eyes he looked over the gathering before him. Losing control of himself, he burst into tears and sobbed loudly, crying, "Where is my Lord Sri Krishna? He was here just now, but he has disappeared. Where has he hidden himself from me?" The heart-wrenching sincerity and desperation of his cry stunned everyone present. Nimai then fell down unconscious with a great crash. When he regained consciousness, he could hear someone sobbing very loudly. The sound seemed to be coming from inside the house. He went into the house and asked, who was it that was crying so loudly? Shriklambar told him, "It is your Gadadhar." From his very childhood, Gadadhar had followed behind Nimai as if he were his shadow. Gadadhar was quite detached from the world. His only object of attachment was Nimai. Nimai called Gadadhar and told him, "My dear Gadadhar, since your early childhood you have always been devoted to Lord Krishna. But I have simply wasted my time in false pursuits and achieved nothing. Please tell me, how can I find him again?" He wept inconsolably and lost consciousness again. Later, as some time went on, when Nimai was 24 years old, he went to Katwa and accepted sannyas from Keshava Bharati and was called Sri Krishna Chaitanya. When he was about to leave Nadavweep and go to Puri, Gadadhar tried to persuade Mahaprabhu to take him also to Puri, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not agree, and despite all his pleas, Gadadhar was left behind in Nadavweep, burning in the fire of separation. He wondered how he would survive without seeing the dear face of his beloved Gauranga. However, after some time, Gadadhar accompanied some devotees from Nadavweep to visit Mahaprabhu in Puri, and he stayed on in Puri, not returning to Nadavweep. Gadadhar resided in a peaceful garden near the beach. Every day Gadadhar would read aloud from the Srimad Bhagavatam for the pleasure of Mahaprabhu. Once, while they were sitting on the beach discussing some topics on Krishna, Mahaprabhu became overwhelmed with feelings of separation from Krishna and began digging in the sand. He suddenly saw the top portion of a deity. He said to Gadadhar, "I have found something most precious. Would you like to accept it?" And then together they removed from the sand a very beautiful, tall deity of Lord Sri Krishna. Mahaprabhu named the deity Gopinath. As the deity was found in the garden, Tota, the deity was called Tota Gopinath. Gadadhar Pandit very lovingly looked after the deity. One day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ended his manifest pastimes in Jagannath Puri by entering into the knee of the Tota Gopinath deity. Gadadhar became overwhelmed with feelings of separation from Mahaprabhu, and his body aged dramatically. Although only 47 years old, he appeared as a thin and bent-over old man. He could no longer lift his arms to dress or place a garland on Tota Gopinath, who was very tall. Tota Gopinath sat down to accept service from Gadadhar. But within a year, Gadadhar left this mortal world. Tota Gopinath remains the only sitting deity of Lord Sri Krishna. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees, such as the outstanding Gadadhar Pandit. Namaste.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.